Get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. On the western edge of the High Plains, exactly 1 mile above sea level, it's beautiful downtown Denver. Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And time for the power rankings. Latter half of February. Fascinating to see where teams stack up during this part of the season. They're holding in the same spot, looking to climb the rankings.
Well, I think for Denver, they're a legitimate threat, playing some great ball. Maybe not the favorites to win it all, but don't count them out.
And with tip-off coming right up, we've got just enough time to hear from the sideline. Allie, what do you got for us?
Hey, Brian. In Julius Randle's 7th NBA season, he became an all-star. He said, I've been through a lot in the NBA, the ups, the downs. You learn to take everything in stride and have patience. My mindset doesn't change. No matter what, every game I try to be aggressive and make winning plays.
Well, great story. Good stuff, Allie. And tonight, it's going to be bombs away, Clark. Both teams with terrific shooters.
BA, that lends itself to perhaps a lot of ebb and flow and a number of streaks in this game, because both of these teams will let it fly from deep and they'll let it fly often. We'll see who gets hot at the right time to determine the outcome.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. Inside, we have Randle and Robinson. Jalen Brunson is out there with R.J. Barrett, and it's Reddish in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, Porter Jr., the small forward, with Gordon holding down the 4. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope out there with Jamal Murray, and it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. Gordon, the pass to Murray. Pass to Jokic. The 3. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
The big man from deep, Jokic's ability to sink threes, it really does allow him to space the floor for his teammates.
Right side, Barrett. Good work defensively by Gordon. Porter finds Jokic. Gordon, right side. And stolen by Brunson. Here's Reddish. Goes back up. Rejected by Jokic.
3 misses in a row. Still looking for their first bucket.
The Knicks pull it in. They defeated Utah in their last game.
You have to respect their ability to stay consistent away from home, keeping their cool and making quality shots.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
And you hope this early foul doesn't dissuade his aggressiveness.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
The Nuggets on offense. Murray with it. Coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn. Gordon on the wing. Shoots over Randle. Here's Jokic. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Jokic has got 5 points.
You know, when Jokic gets his hands on an offensive rebound, it's too late to try to stop him. He doesn't waste too many second chance opportunities.
Pass to Reddish. Randle with it. New York, no good that time either.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Murray for 3. Here's Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 7 points in the game.
That's exactly what you want the offense to produce. A high percentage look for Jokic.
Here's Barrett. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And finally, a made shot. They look a little relieved after that one.
Gordon outside. Back to Murray. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Jalen Brunson picks one up.
And as a leader, Murray is vocal. Talks to his teammates up and down the floor, and he pushes everyone, and they tend to follow.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Murray's vocal to the opposition as well.
He's used to the trash talking. I mean, he loves to challenge people. I mean, does it cross the line at times? Well, it depends on who you're talking to.
And Murray drops them both.
You know, watching Murray develop over the last 5 years and change, I tell you what he's doing really well and a much better job of is letting the game come to him, not forcing it, just being ready to step into whatever is needed.
Here's Reddish. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 13-footer. No good there. Now Denver takes it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You've got to trust in the system.
New York trailing. And Clark, listening to Murray talk about his upbringing, he said, I grew up very disciplined.
Yeah, it's obvious in how he plays, B.A. He studied Kung Fu as a kid, so you know that helps with your calmness. And then learned to meditate early, so he's got a real presence and centeredness about it. His dad would make him do push-ups in the snow to increase his pain tolerance and that mental toughness.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now a timeout called by New York.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. And here's Brunson. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Porter with the steal. Jokic against Robinson. Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Gordon down low. Last game for him, he picked up 13. No good there, off the double clutch. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Reddish. And the Knicks miss again. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Murray passes to Porter. Shoots over Randall. And they get it back. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Sinks it from distance.
It's impossible to win when you give up second and third chances to score.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Now here's Barrett. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Utah. Now Murray. Here's Caldwell Pope. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Unfortunately for them, they're reeling at this point.
So true. Very little going their way right now at either end of the floor.
Timeout called the Knicks. Last time they met was in New York.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Pass to Brunson. Here's Reddish. He's guarded by Porter. Reddish misses.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
Now here's Jokic. Down low. With a 9-footer. It's deflected.
Well, you can't go up weak against Randall. Otherwise, he's going to block it.
Here's Reddish. Pass to Brunson from outside the arc. Pure from three-point range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Murray against Brunson. The drive by Murray. Lays it up and banks it in. Murray's got 6.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Randall. The Nuggets getting their last shot to go. Pass to Robinson. Here's Reddish. He's guarded by Porter. Got a piece of it.
You know, one area where I think Porter Jr. has surprised a bunch of folks is his shot blocking. I mean, he's got a natural knack for doing it.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Jokic. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
And his court vision was sensational as well. He was making all the right decisions. They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And it's the Knicks with the ball after the Nuggets picked up a basket just a moment ago.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Denver?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Also, as soon as we got underway tonight, they began pounding the offensive glass for those putbacks. Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now here's Gordon. Looking for his first basket, still in this one.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Here's Brunson. Pass to Reddish. It's Barrett on the wing, covered by Jokic.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And then Porter with the dunk.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's Barrett following the score by Denver. Jokic grabs the board.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
To the middle. Jokic is doubled. Here's Caldwell Pope. They grab their own miss. Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, you know what I like to say? Persistence pays. And with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
Brunson against Murray. Brunson passes to Barrett. Reddish on the wing. Up top, Robinson. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul. And Grant, you played for a Suns team that was influential with their training staff's approach. How has sports medicine changed from the early days?
You know, B.A., it has changed immensely. Nowadays, every team incorporates that foundation that Suns medical staff had back in the day. It's all about prevention. It's about recovery. It's the big picture approach to making sure players can not only get through season after season, but have longevity throughout their careers.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Fournier. That's short off the rim.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Murray. Give him 8. Pass to Jokic. Randall against Murray. And here's Brown for 3. Shoots a fadeaway. Porter gets the bucket.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Brunson against Murray. Up top, Randall. Up and over Porter. Robinson controls the rebound and the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Now Jokic. Robinson defending. And it's Jokic missing.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And there's the foul. It's on Michael Porter. That's his first foul of the game for the Nuggets. Cousins, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Green comes in for Porter Jr. And Campazzo subbed in for Murray. A big group substitution here for New York. Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Toppin comes in for Randall. Rose is checked in for Barrett. And quickly subbed in for Brunson. And it's Rose penetrating. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Boy, this is peak Rose at his best. An attacking, slashing guard who breaks down the defense easily.
Pass to Cousins. Here's Caldwell Pope. Back to Cousins. Down low. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Inside and out of bounds. Denver will have it.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Here are the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. A minute 39 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Cousins, and the layup falls.
You know, if there's an ideal partner in the pick and roll, I think it's probably DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, he's physical, he's big, sets a good screen, and he's got great hands.
New York has gone 2 of 3 from three-point land so far. Rivers is checked in for the Nuggets. Rose right side. The fadeaway. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Pass to Brown. And here's Cousins. Over Gibson. Pocket 6. Cousins can't hit.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Rose left side. Outside Fournier. Here's Gibson. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
And again, the Knicks missing. Denver's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Pass to Rivers. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter here. Cousins with it. Over Toppin. Goes to the fadeaway. Cousins has got his second bucket of the night.
Back to the basket, facing up. Cousins can still score with the best of the bigs in the league.
And so it's Denver Up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We'll be back in a moment. And the Knicks, such a feel-good story. You got to give Coach Tom Thibodeau a lot of credit. Julius Randle certainly does.
He has us all bought in. You can't really ask for more than that. A coach who's going to lead us and have everybody buy in, and we're seeing the results. We're seeing the fruits of our labor.
Grant, they certainly are.
And the New York faithful delighted to witness meaningful games once again.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance so far from the Nuggets.
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Facu Campazzo is out there with Austin Rivers. Then there's Jeff Green. Then it's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Brown in at the three, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Brown passes to Green. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Quickly. Fires for three. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Denver has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. One thing about Derrick Rose that's never changed over the years, Grant, is his ability to come through in the clutch. When a big basket is needed, he's the guy you want on the court.
Well, how many times have we seen it? End-of-game situation, Rose in an isolation set. And even against a double team, he finds a way to shake free and get the bucket. As dependable as it gets when the pressure's on.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Fournier, the pass to Quickly. Picked his pocket. Pass to Cousins. And it's stolen by Rose. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, how do I put this? Nikola Jokic, not the most chiseled physique. He said when he first made the NBA, there were no muscles. None. Now I have a couple, he said. To be honest, I like being a little bit heavier because guys are pushing me. I need that weight. It's funny they say, quote, he's not even in shape. I'm playing in 80 games, and they still say it. Brian?
Ah, the Joker indeed, Allie. Thanks for that. And that one falls for Rose. And Grant, your dad played pro football. You think that players who grew up around pro sports have an advantage?
Yes, B.A. Obviously, being around a professional athlete, understanding the dedication, the sacrifice, the work that goes into it, really, I think, helped me at an early age as I was developing in a different sport.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Rose has got 5 points now this quarter. Denver has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here's Campazzo. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Here's Rivers. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn. Pass to Green. 5 on the clock. Over Toppin. No good. A bit long that time. For New York, they've gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Quickly outside. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Pass to Cousins. Back to Rivers. High post, Cousins. Working on Gibson. Green uses the glass on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
One of the top passing bigs in the league, Cousins whips around passes with purpose and precision.
For New York, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Puts it up from 15. Doesn't go that time. And Denver the other way now. It's off to Boston after this one, where they will face the Celtics. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them. On the wing, Green. Pass to Campazzo. Lets the 3 fly. Rose against Green. Rose can't connect.
Maybe a little overconfidence, trying to go big instead of taking the sure thing.
And it's good. 2 points.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Here's Rose driving in, and that's his 4th bucket in 9 attempts.
You know, you can't let Rose get this close, because when you do, he's going to cook you.
Now a timeout called by Denver. And the Nuggets will go for a different look here. Nikola Jokic is checked in for Cousins. Gordon comes in for Green. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Brown. And Jamal Murray is subbed in for Campazzo. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Robinson, he's checked in for Gibson. Randall comes in for Toppin. Reddish is checked in for Fournier. And Barrett subbed in for Quickly. Murray's shot is good.
Look at how instant Murray's shooting can be. Gets the pass, plants the feet, and drills it.
Outside Barrett. Softly drops in the floater. Barrett's got 6 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Jokic for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Randall's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Rose. Back to Randall. Over Porter. Here's Robinson. Now Randall. Up and over Porter. Here's Robinson. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Outside Porter. Back to Murray. Here's the 3. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Outside Barrett. Back to Rose. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Plays with nice force. I mean, Randall heading to the line now.
And a huge part of any NBA team's success is health, especially as we move to the middle part of the schedule.
Well, we know injuries are a part of the game, and they shape every NBA season. Unfortunately, they can end a team's season at any moment.
And he drops the first.
You know, it takes young guys a little while to figure it out, and after 4 up-and-down seasons with the Lakers, Julius Randle joined New Orleans in 2018, busted out for over 20 points per game with the Pelicans.
Brunson is checked in for Rose. So hits one and misses one at the line.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
For New York, they've gotten half their shots to fall in the second, 8 for 16. Oh, there's the alley. Robinson can't hit.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
To the inside. Here's Rivers. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Rivers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Any hope of coming back to win this game looks near impossible.
I know. The way things have gone so far, hard to imagine.
Pass to Robinson. Takes one from 10 feet. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. First one falls.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Caldwell Pope's checked in for Rivers. And Barrett drops them both. Murray with it. He's got 13. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Porter. Jokic with it. And here's Gordon. 5 to shoot from 15 feet away. The Knicks with the rebound. Randall's got 6 rebounds in the game. Left side Barrett. He shoots a 3. The Knicks rebound. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Robinson's got 6.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
Murray against Brunson. Lets it fly. Robinson with the block. And he's able to get it back. Porter's shot is off.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Barrett. Denver grabs the miss. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Porter the pass to Gordon. Randall with it. Checked by Gordon. Kept alive. The kick out to Brunson. Let's go with a 3. Here's Robinson. And at last, they get one to fall. Robinson's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game. Despite being the consensus college player of the year back in 2018, Jalen Brunson wasn't drafted until the 2nd round. No surprise he's made himself into a quality NBA player, though. Great IQ and hard work has paid off.
And here is Barrett. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Reddish. Shot clock at 6.
And what's surprising, during the second quarter, he hasn't really looked like himself. They're still looking for his first bucket. You can't put all their struggles on him tonight, but he's been brutal.
And 2 national titles at Villanova for Jalen Brunson. Clark, why do you think he slipped to the second round?
Well, it's hard to say, B.A. You know, the draft is more art than science, and guys slip for whatever reason. But if you're a pro and you get into a situation where you can prove how good you are, then you'll hang around in the league. Great college players may not have star potential, but he's truly a long-time NBA pro.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Caldwell Pope. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got his 5th assist in this one.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
New York has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Brunson with it. Now Porter defending. Brunson passes to Robinson. It's tipped. Now Murray. He's got 13. And they double up Jokic. And we're going to have a jump ball. And Denver has possession. Gordon, the pass to Murray. Clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get one up. From deep, Jokic. Robinson with the block. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And the Nuggets making a change here. Brown's checked in. Toppin, he's checked in for New York. Fournier comes in for Reddish. A difficult situation for New York. Outside Brunson to the paint. Here's Randall. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Randall's got 8 points.
And rolling with such quickness. There's just no way to keep Randall from scoring that.
Pass to Jokic. Now here's Brown. And here's Murray. Brunson defending. Now Jokic. Good. And Brown gets the assist. He's got 13.
Hey, even by NBA standards, Jokic is a mountain of a man. 6'11", they list him at 284. That's almost a 1/7 of a ton, folks. The Joker can handle whatever contact he embraces.
Outside Murray. Pass to Porter. Randall with a steal. Now Brunson. Here's Fournier. Back to Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Brown passes to Murray. Fires from deep. With the putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 20.
Yes, sir. Jokic fired up, and so is his team. They love to see the big guy scoring like this.
And so it's Denver. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Defense is setting the tone. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks very much. I'm here with Mike Malone, and Coach, evaluate this team's execution offensively for me.
Well, I think we're at our best when we can get out and run, but also play downhill. It's a simple game for us. When we defend, that gets us out to run. Now we can play downhill, attack, and share the ball. That's when we're at our best.
Keep it simple. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He ended up with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Their control of the boards is a big reason for this lead. Seems like it might have been their game plan coming in. Send multiple guys to the rim when the shot comes up.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on New York.
They're not shooting it well so far. Actually, they've been terrible. Fellas, I got an idea for them. Feed the post. Let the big man eat. Jeez.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Nikola Jokic.
And given that he's just delivered a double-double through 2 quarters, I'm excited to see his stats at the end of the night.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the court right now for the Knicks. Inside, we have Randall and Robinson. R.J. Barrett out there with Jalen Brunson, and it's Reddish in at the 3.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Barrett with it, and Jokic picks him up defensively. Barrett can't hit.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Murray passes to Gordon.
Oh, wow! Oh, watch out below.
Big finish.
Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Outside Brunson. Back to Barrett. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
Bad offense to begin the second half. 4 misses right off the bat.
Outside Porter. Here's Caldwell Pope. Off target from outside.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game. And we just got a second look there at an exceptional mobile 1 block.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Outside Brunson. Outside Barrett. Murray against Brunson.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Murray against Brunson. Murray passes to Porter. And stolen by Brunson. No luck on that one. Good work defensively by Gordon.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant. Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Here's Brunson, and the layup is good off the glass. Brunson's got 5 points.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Inside, here's Porter. Good work defensively by Robinson.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Randall, good.
Well, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
Denver has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Brunson against Murray. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Gordon. Randall with a steal. Now here's Brunson. 5 points in the game. Randall finds Brunson. Got a piece of it. Here's Porter. Here's Gordon. Robinson with the block. Randall with it. Defended by Gordon. Deflected. Outside Murray. Outside Porter. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Jokic against Robinson. Shot clock at 5. No coverage that time. He's got 6.
Yeah, his court awareness and feel, Jokic is incredible in those areas. I mean, he sees the floor extremely well for a big guy.
And the Knicks call time here. You know, one thing Porter's been working on, finishing off contact.
Yeah, defenders body him up whenever possible. He's young, so it's not easy to add a lot of muscle. But once he does, his game should reach another level at both ends of the floor.
And the Nuggets will go for a different look here. Cousins, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Green comes in for Gordon. Rivers is checked in for Michael Porter. And Campazzo subbed in for Murray. Here's Gibson. And Campazzo pulls it down.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Outside, Green. Fade away. The Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Now here's Quickly. He's closely guarded. There's the triple. He drops it from range. Gibson's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is the confidence Gibson possesses, ready to shoot as soon as the pass hits his hands.
Pass to Campazzo. Back to Rivers. Now here's Cousins. Not a lot of room. Here's Caldwell Pope. Over Rose. That one a little long. Quickly with the ball. Rose outside. From downtown. That one doesn't drop. He's 4 for 10 from the field now. Denver's got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Up top, Cousins. Cash money on the open jump shot. Cousins has got 6.
Tell you what, Cousins knows he's got the green light to take these quick catch and shoot shots, and he's confident in doing so.
On the wing quickly. Here's Robinson, and that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
Here's Rivers. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Caldwell Pope with a drive. Here's Green. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Green's gotten his 3rd basket of the night. Here's Rose. 9 points in the game. Pass to Reddish. Quickly outside. And here's Robinson. And rejected. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. Brown, he's checked in for Rivers. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Fournier's checked in. Clock at 4. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks.
Now, you can't sleep on the athleticism of Fournier. I mean, this guy knows how to finish, and his dunks are done with style.
Here's Campazzo, guarded by Quickly. Pass to Brown. Oh, he tries a 3. The shot misses. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Quickly with the ball. Back to Reddish. Now Gibson. Quickly outside. 3-pointer. He buries it from 3. Quickly's got 7.
And, you know, it's a bonus to have big men who pass it like this. Gibson, solid instincts there.
Now Brown. Pass to Campazzo. Fires the 3. Rose grabs the board. New York has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Pulls it. Offensive rebound. Gibson. And that one is hammered home.
You got to get a body on Gibson, because if you don't, he's relentless in attacking the offensive glass.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Outside, Green. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup. 15 points in the game.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Here's Reddish. Three-pointer, no good.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Pass to Cousins. Here's Green, guarded by Quickly. Shoots from 12. Kick out to Brown. Oh, from deep. Doesn't go for him. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
His offensive output just isn't there tonight, but his teammates have found a way to pick up the slack.
Rose into the lane.
Boy, Rose is a marvelous athlete who's really good at taking it to the cup, and he's hard to cover because of that.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Another thing, they haven't missed a beat on the fast break in either half tonight.
And that one falls for Rose.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there, and that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
Toppin, he's checked in for New York. And so Rose knocks them both down.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Pass to Cousins. Here's Green. The shot. Fournier with a rebound. New York has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Quickly from outside. And it's Denver with a rebound. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, Brown. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Out to the wing. The 3 ball. It's deflected. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Quickly. Gordon, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Randall, he's checked in for Reddish. Six on the shot clock. And here's Brown for 3. The Knicks with the rebound. Rose outside. The 3 is up. And Campazzo pulls it down. Denver is shooting the rock well at 46%. Gordon outside. Pass to Cousins. Doubled by Randall. Back to Gordon. Pulls it from the corner. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Gordon's got 8 points.
Well, I like the confidence here. Gordon is excellent at realizing when he has room to shoot even before he has the ball. That's what we call seeing a play ahead.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Rose outside.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
For the Nuggets, Jokic is checked in for Cousins, and Jamal Murray is subbed in for Campazzo. Barrett's checked in for New York. 1:42 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Toppin. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Murray up top. Here's Caldwell Pope. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got assist number 7 tonight.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Minute 4 left in the third. Rose with it, and Jokic picks him up defensively.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
And for the Knicks, they're shooting just about 33% since this second half started. First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
And that efficiency, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Murray against Barrett. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Gordon. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Barrett. Brunson is checked in for Rose. That one's no good. And the Nuggets shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, Brown. Pass to Murray. From deep. And another 3 for Denver.
If you're the defense, you've got to do better on Murray. I mean, even from way downtown, he's pretty accurate.
1 second left. No good. And so it's the Denver Nuggets looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. Back after this. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent huddle.
Once you get the ball, swung, it's easy offense. Keep cutting, hot. You got to do more than one thing. Keep working the game, work the game, work the game.
The basics of good offense. Coach Thibodeau demanding his guys move with purpose and precision.
Yeah, he clearly wants more ball movement. So far, it's been lackluster.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Down low, it's Gordon and Jokic. Jamal Murray out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Outside Barrett. Pass to Toppin. Fournier against Porter. Now Barrett. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Back to Murray. To the inside. And the dunk by Jokic.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
60 ticks off the clock here in the 4th. Brunson passes to Barrett. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And that's a foul called on Evan Fournier. That's his first foul. The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Knicks on D, trailing by 19. Looking to get back on track. Barrett can't hit. Denver is shooting at about 51% for the game so far in this one. Gordon. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
And the developmental path for top prospects is evolving. Clark, it was recently announced a new high school league for the top powerhouses.
Well, you could almost see this coming, B.A. Again, creating additional pathways for young players to pursue their professional dreams would lead to other types of competition in the NBA. So we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not totally opposed to it. Again, it's a small percentage of players that would be part of this type of tournament or league. So let's see where it goes.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
For Denver, they've gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th. Gordon outside. Back to Murray. Over Brunson. That one off the back iron and out. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Brunson passes to Fournier. Driving inside. Oh, Jokic with the block.
Jokic has the size necessary to deny shots, and it helps when he's engaged on the defensive end.
If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Fournier, the pass to Brunson.
Wow. Since the break, he has struggled to get going.
Misses the 3.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic, and they double up Jokic. Murray from outside. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's, and the Knicks shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Now here's Barrett. Defense right on him. And he's all alone. Here's Jokic. Finished off the break. Jokic has got 23 points.
Boy, this is part of the joy of watching Jokic do his thing. This guy has the ability to take over possessions.
Now a timeout called by New York. The NBA has a major presence in Africa now, and you were a big part of making that happen, Grant.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. And to work with the NBA and strategic investors over on the continent in Africa, it's not just a great investment, but you're also doing the right thing, spreading the game, sharing the game, and giving people on the continent the joy that basketball brings to everyone.
Baseline jumper. Here's Robinson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got assist number 8 now on the night. The Knicks have got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Now here's Barrett. Tight defense on him. Denver grabs the miss. Caldwell Pope's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly. But, you know, if you ask me, Aaron Gordon is clearly one of the best dunk contest competitors to never win the crown. I mean, he put up unreal performances in 16, 17, and then again in 2020.
First free throw is good. When we look back at Aaron Gordon in those contests, he narrowly lost in 2016 and 2020.
And, you know, Brian, that 2016 duel between Gordon and Zach LaVine was epic. One of the best I'd ever seen. In 2020, Derrick Jones Jr. just beat out Aaron. It wasn't that Aaron lost. Derrick Jones Jr. just won it. Both guys got 50s in the last round.
Both free throws good from Gordon. All right, here's a different question for you, partner. I'll be taking notes. Did you have a favorite city for food in the NBA?
Well, write this down, B.A. So my mom is from New Orleans, so I know New Orleans very well. And so New Orleans was my favorite city, no question. The food there, I'm getting full just thinking about it.
Outside Murray. Just 5 on the clock. Good. And he's hit 8 of 14 now. A solid offensive performance.
At his most explosive, Murray is a wrecking ball. And the way he's going tonight, he might just knock this entire building down. After a first half where he had just 1 turnover, fellas, things have changed in the second. They're starting to pile up on him now.
Down low. Here's Porter. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but thriving as a passer, too.
Outside Barrett. Back to Brunson. Got a hand on it. Outside Porter. Out to Gordon. To the middle. Here's Caldwell Pope. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Shot from 12. That one goes. Count it.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
The Nuggets have gotten 8 of 10 attempts in. Very productive here in the fourth. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Now here's Jokic. Robinson defending. Here's Porter. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Gordon with a steal. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And there's the foul. It's on Michael Porter. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, your 7 seconds or less Suns really paved the way for the pace and space style that we see throughout the league today, Grant.
B.A., it really did. But, it's interesting. I think there were those back then that thought it was kind of gimmicky. But, boy, has it changed. And I feel like we could have had more success if we had just gone all in on that approach.
With the floater. A nice shot by McBride.
Big ups to this coaching staff. Great play design there.
Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
Pass to Najee. Smith outside. Off target from three-point range. And the Knicks shooting just 38% here in the fourth. Here's McBride, covered by Smith. Here's McBride. Here's Hartenstein. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Ish Smith.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And Grant, throughout your career, you mostly played in the smaller markets. Do you think the league is doing enough to help them compete?
I think so. I mean, look, Milwaukee just won a championship. An incredible season they had last year. I think they're doing the right thing between revenue sharing, the salary cap, the luxury tax. And remember, the players' union will always favor freedom of movement for its players.
Back to Smith. Pass to Rivers. The Nuggets with another miss. And for New York, they're shooting just 33% so far in this game. Here's McBride. Here's Hartenstein to the paint. It's stolen by Green. Quickly against Smith. Here's Rivers. And the 3 off target.
And, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And no good. And it's Denver the other way. Pass to Najee. Here's Forbes. Here's Rivers. The 3. The Knicks with the rebound. Gibson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's rebounded by Najee. Denver has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. To end the drought. That one's good for 2.
And, he's not a big guy, but Forbes has added some muscle to his frame, and it came into play there. Nice job overpowering the defense on that possession.
The Knicks shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. Quickly outside. Pass to McBride. Well, with everything else that coaches have been dealing with, the NBA gave them a pass to skip the suit and tie, Clark. You think broadcasters are next?
Oh, I would love that, B.A. I don't mind dressing up in a sweatsuit, but I know TV requires a coat and tie. But I would love on occasion to have a dress-down day if we could.
Pass to Najee. Back to Smith. Here's Forbes. Guarded by Quickly. Out to the right wing. For 3, Smith. The shot comes out. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Like the fact that Gibson did not settle for the layup there. He took it hard and threw it down.
Smith outside. On the wing, Forbes. Pass to Najee. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. And the shot goes. And here are the Knicks now. Here's McBride. Up and over Smith. Here's Hartenstein. Smith with the rebound. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting 58% from the floor. Terrific here in the fourth. There's the block. Here's Quickly. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Great work to clear some space around the rim and set himself up for that putback.
Yes, sir. That was a huge follow.
You can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
A minute 20 left in the game.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Nuggets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And for the year now, they've chalked up 35 wins.
And this team really wanted to at least split this season series.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. And it can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Nikola Jokic.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch. It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Murray against Randall. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Jokic. Now here's Porter. Beyond the arc. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. That gives him a double-double.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Brunson against Murray. And that one's good for Brunson.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
And they double up Jokic. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gordon outside. Jokic up top. 4 on the clock. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
So no problem for Denver as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Nikola, I heard the fans chanting for you, saying MVP. How special is that?
I mean, I think it's funny, to be honest. I think that there's a better player than me that's going to win an MVP. I'm just trying to play really good team basketball. That's all I'm trying to do.
MVP talks? That's just funny talk to Nikola, guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see you next time.